Hey everybody, it's Ashton here again with Gent Sense. Today we're going to be taking a look at an independent house, which is Imaginary Authors. And one of the best fragrances from that house is Memoirs of a Trespasser. So Imaginary Authors is ran by perfumer Josh Meyer. He comes up with the fragrances and then comes up with this story written by an imaginary author to go along with the fragrance and puts them together. You can check out their website for a little more detail on that. We'll go ahead and get into the presentation on this. It has changed a few times since the house came into being, so we'll be taking a look at the current presentation. Then we'll go ahead, as always, get into the fragrance itself. All right, let's go ahead and go over the presentation for Imaginary Authors' Memoirs of a Trespasser. So any modern release of Imaginary Authors comes with this cardboard box. Depending on which fragrance you buy, obviously the design is different on the front. The side makes it look like the spine of a book, reads Memoirs of a Trespasser, Imaginary Authors. On the back you have further design from whichever scent that you purchased, and a quote from the imaginary story that accompanies whichever fragrance you purchased. This one says, "Who needs love when there's still cognac in the glass?" Absolutely. I should point out that when you purchase these, this is my City on Fire, they come with this little kind of cardboard sleeve that goes all the way around that reads Imaginary Authors. I was able to slide it off a City on Fire and put it back on, but on Memoirs of a Trespasser, I had to rip it. So this is the bottle itself. You have the Memoirs of a Trespasser design on the side. It looks like the spine of a book. So if you have multiple fragrances, you can line those up and make it look like a bookshelf. On the back, you have some of the notes from the fragrance and the Imaginary Authors logo at the bottom. It also has IA stamped into the top of the lid. So I just want to point out that this is one of the new bottles. My Cape Heartache is one of the OG bottles. So you'll notice that it's shorter and squatter. These old ones hold 60 mils, the new ones hold 50. And also the cap on the old ones, there is no IA embossed on the top. The atomizers themselves are also different. On the old ones, they look like so, and on the new ones, like so. They both work equally well, the atomizers. They're both very good. Spray out enough juice to get the job done. The only other difference really is the labeling. On the old bottles, it's just a smooth sticker. There's no texture. On any of the new ones, there is a little bit of a texture to the paper itself. And that is the presentation for Memoirs of a Trespasser. I'm not messing around. Memoirs of a Trespasser is a freaking awesome fragrance. I love this one. It opens up a little bit smoky. There's some resinous woods. Obviously there's some vanilla. That smokiness continues all the way through. Again, not an overpowering smoke. This is just a nice one that adds a little bit of depth, a little bit of a tinge on your nose. The vanilla is not sugary sweet. It's kind of thick, almost like a dark vanilla, but smells great. And the resinous woods, those continue through the dry down as well. Some people say that the vanilla gets stronger as it dries down. Some people say that it gets weaker. For me, I pick up vanilla the whole way through. It's just a really great fragrance. I love the woods, I love the resins, I love that little bit of smoke, and of course, anything with vanilla in it, unless it's just a super gross, sugary, super fake vanilla, I'm gonna be into it. So I'm into this one. It's very wearable. It's not anything like a designer release, so you're not gonna get any kind of generic feel from this. If you're into vanilla, if you're into resinous woods, if you enjoy a little bit of smoke in your fragrance, you're gonna dig it. It's high quality. You can't go wrong. Definitely a fall and winter fragrance. Probably not so good in spring and summer. If you just don't care, wear it in spring and summer anyway. Just don't spray it on as much, just for the people around you. This runs $95 MSRP on imaginaryauthors.com for a 50 ml bottle. These used to come in 60 ml, so if you can find a vintage bottle, then it's gonna be a 60 ml bottle. You can also find these on parfum1.com. It will come with the same packaging as you would get from imaginaryauthors.com. There's a little bit of a difference there though. If you order this from parfum1.com, you'll get 3 samples, I believe. They come in the little 0.7 ml vials, which I hate. If you buy from Imaginary Authors Direct, then you'll get these really cool little spray vials of their other fragrances. I think that last time I ordered from them, I got 4, maybe 5. And you also get a little bookmark that coincides with the fragrance that you got, with a little area to spray. I will actually go grab those right now and show you. So it turns out that I'm a terrible presenter and I'm not gonna go upstairs and get the bookmark, but I did grab the samples just to show you really quickly what they look like. So Every Storm is Serenade, it says Imaginary Authors there. Cape Heartache, Imaginary Authors. So if you do purchase through their website direct, you will get a handful of these cool little sample vials of the different fragrances from the house. That way you can kind of try them out for free, kind of, and see which other ones may be up your alley. I am a self-proclaimed Imaginary Authors fanboy. I'm not gonna lie about it. There's only one fragrance so far from the line that I did not like, and I own about 10 bottles right now, so I am a big fan, and this is one of my favorites of the line. It really seems that Imaginary Authors is just fantastic with their fall and winter fragrances. Each one of them is a hit, in my opinion. The vanilla in here is great. It's not sickly sweet or overly sugary. The resinous woods give a great, deep kind of bass that just really resonates, especially in cold weather. And that little bit of smokiness that you get coming through really just livens it up. When you catch wafts from this, especially in the cold weather, it really just makes you feel great, kind of heats you up. It's fantastic. I'm not gonna give a 1 to 10 on this. I'm just gonna say that it's fantastic. I would sample it if you're into vanilla, if you're into resinous woods with vanilla, or if you're into resinous woods with vanilla with a little bit of smoke added. Any of those, maybe go ahead and check this one out. Go ahead and sample it. It's definitely worth doing at least that much, especially if you're placing an order for something else on a website that carries Imaginary Authors. If you're not into those notes, you might not like it. But sample it anyway, just in case. Until next time, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What was I saying?